Dredd. Choke on that.
It's no secret that Dredd failed at the box office back in 2012. The marketing campaign was smart as paint when they emphasized the 3D aspect of the movie. They went as far as calling it Dredd 3D. I like to think the marketing director was having a bit of a rough patch in his life when he tacked on the 3D to the title. Like, huh? What do you think of that? Pretty good, don't you think? Dredd 3D. I'm an alcoholic. My wife left me for a black guy and my boy's gay. I don't care anymore. Some guy named Gary protests in the back, letting him know 3D has been on the decline since Avatar. How about you suck 3D's nuts, Gary? How about that? He storms out of the office, pounds a fifth of vodka in the parking garage before driving the wrong way to Chipotle. The timing didn't do Dredd favors either. The Raid Redemption hit theaters a few months prior. Chop Socky Die Hard beat Dystopian Future Die Hard to the punch by 6 months because they're sneaky Indonesians. The Raid Redemption was pretty awesome though. The producers of Dredd had to have known they were fighting an uphill battle. This is not the first time twin films have existed. Same shit happened with A Bug's Life and Ants. What a bloodbath that was. R.I.P. A Bug's Life. There's just no way you're going to stand up to the comedic timing of Sylvester Stallone. And then to have Woody Allen heavily featured in a kids movie? Kids love Woody Allen, and he loves them back more. What might have been better for Dredd is the marketing team pretended that this was a Stallone sequel, just using some Yakubian levels of technology to get heads in theaters with such a household name. Sure, everyone knows Stallone's Dredd was the definition of stank, but think about how pleasantly surprised they would be to find out he's not in the movie at all. No one would have talked about how it was like The Raid. Think of the word of mouth. Nah, dude, it's good. Stallone isn't in it. I was pleasantly surprised. You should see it. The Raid was gay compared to this movie. Dredd would have made $500 million easily. Be that as it may, Dredd went down as a travesty in theaters, but gathered a cult following not too long after. Pick any movie that deserves a sequel list, and Dredd makes the top 5, unless it's written by some sort of goofus. The people want it, and I'm in the business of giving people what they want good and hard, whether they like it or not. First of all, let's hire director Pete Travis back for the sequel. He knew what he was doing with Dredd. Plus, his first name rules. It's straight and to the point. Pete. Karl Urban could crush the role 12 years later, so get him back in the helmet that doesn't come off. At least he can still hold his drool in from his bottom lip better than Stallone can. And lastly, recast Olivia Thirlby as Anderson while we're at it. She still got it. Let's open the location up to Mega City 1 and let the audience breathe in its black smoke and suck down its bitter grime it has to offer. 5 years after the events of Dredd, Mega City 1's crime and corruption is still rampant. Despite the efforts of the judges, the underworld continues to thrive, and new criminal organizations are rising to power. The opening scene, we find Dredd and Anderson in a firefight. They're kicking ass, of course. But in comes Judge Dan Francisco as backup, a judge with a 24-hour reality TV show. He is a major public relations boost for the Justice Department, but would often do what is expected of him by the audience, rather than what makes sense according to the law. Francisco helps mop up what's left of the bad guys, probably for ratings, ultimately leaving Dredd to arrest the gang leader and sentence him on the spot to life without parole. Outside, a shadowy figure watches as the gang leader is booked and shipped off. Later, Judge Dredd and Anderson are called to investigate a series of gruesome murders. Dredd and Anderson come to the conclusion that the tortured victims were actually criminals. Dredd gets a hunch that these kills were done by ex-judges. Movie cops in their hunches are never wrong. Soon after this discovery is made, the Grand Hall of Justice receives coordinated attacks by a powerful new enemy called the Council, a shadow group consisting of former judges who turned rogue, disillusioned by the system they once served. Their goal now is to overthrow the current regime and establish their own rule over Mega City 1. As Dredd and Anderson investigate the Council and diving deeper into the conspiracy, they discover the Council has infiltrated the highest levels of the Justice Department, making it very difficult to distinguish friend from foe, leading Dredd and Anderson to be reasonably paranoid. Francisco eventually joins Dredd and Anderson in their mission to uncover the Council. Dredd finds Francisco's ethics to be easily manipulated by popularity, but ultimately a good judge. The council leader is a former judge, known only by the codename Eidolon. Charismatic and militant, Judge Eidolon believes that the current system is beyond redemption, and that only through radical change can order in Mega City 1 be restored. He once fought alongside Dredd, but now is disillusioned by the corruption within the Justice Department and the harsh realities. The sequel delves into his history, showing how past traumas and perceived betrayals led him down this path. His ideological clash with Dredd forms the crux of this conflict, highlighting the blurred lines between hero and villain. Is a system worth keeping despite being so flawed? Will be a question only Judge Dredd can answer. Eidolon's disciple judges are members of the council, each with unique skills and backgrounds. They serve as formidable adversaries for Dredd and his team. Each member of the council has their own unique backstory and reason for joining Eidolon. These characters are developed to showcase various facets of disillusionment within the Justice Department. From those driven by personal vendettas to those seeking a warped sense of justice, their motivations add depth and complexity to the narrative. As the plot unfolds, Dredd and his allies must navigate betrayal, paranoia, and deception, culminating in a climactic showdown with Eidolon and the Council. In Dredd 2, Judge Dredd continues to embody the relentless pursuit of justice. While he remains as stoic and unwavering as ever, he displays a small bit of sympathy towards the cause, as his own comrades and adversaries force him to confront his own beliefs about justice and the law. Returning from the first film, Anderson continues to refine her psychic abilities. Her character development centers on her struggle to balance her empathy with the ruthlessness required of a judge. Anderson's psychic insights become crucial in navigating the treacherous landscape of Mega City 1, and her bond with Dredd deepens as they face greater dangers together. Francisco's easily bendable personality provides an added layer to the moral complexities both Dredd and Eidolon serve in the story, sometimes breaking from Dredd and Anderson when Eidolon makes a good point. The audience will never feel like they fully understand what side of the line Francisco stands on until the final act. One of the central themes in Dredd 2 is the exploration of justice and morality. The film delves into the ethical dilemmas faced by the judges as they enforce the law in a city rife with crime and corruption. Through the contrasting perspectives of Dredd and Eidolon, the sequel examines what it truly means to uphold justice. Is it merely about following the letter of the law, or is there a deeper moral responsibility involved? The narrative challenges the characters and the audience to consider the cost of maintaining order in a society that often teeters on the brink of chaos. Is any of this hitting home yet? The Justice Department, while a necessary force against crime, is portrayed as a flawed institution. The rise of the Council serves as a critique of the Justice Department's methods and the systemic issues within it. Through the conflicts and interactions between the judges and the rogue faction, the film explores themes of power, authority, and the consequences of absolute control. Plus, it would be based as fuck to have the Council accuse the Justice Department that they were too soft on criminals. Imagine the Council being so regimented and aggressive, they make the Justice Department look like a bunch of British cigarettes. You'd have a tough time getting the boys to root against them. Not gonna lie, I'm starting to like them myself. Even Dredd has difficulty arguing against Eidolon. At one point, Eidolon asks Dredd to join the Council, which he does consider. Get on the ground floor, dude. But ultimately, Eidolon broke the law, and therefore is sentenced to death. Yet his actions make a lasting impression on Dredd and the Justice Department as an entirety. Hey, that sounds pretty good to me. I'm ready to see this damn thing. It's nowhere near perfect, but with the strong foundation established in the 2012 film, opening up to the world of Mega City 1 only makes sense. Expanding more nuanced characters that challenge the perceptions of what exactly is justice seems to be one of the right ways to go. Dredd 2 would ultimately be servicing the Dredd fan base that has been praying for a sequel for years. Keeping the budget low would allow for some creative decisions to be made, while also giving it a chance at the box office. I truly believe there is enough interest in a Dredd sequel that will get audiences inside a theater to see Karl Urban don the helmet once again, even if it's the last time. What do you think? Do we want a Dredd sequel, or are we pushing our luck and we should be thankful for the one-off we got? Let me know in the comments. Hey, what the hell? You freeloading? Did you subscribe to the channel? You leave a comment? You leave a comment? Go ahead, leave a comment. Hit the like button while you're at it. Go ahead. I know you're tough. It's real easy. You just squeeze that trigger and you're done. I'm out of here.